Hey baby. So I don't really know how this is gonna work. I don't know if I'm gonna give this to you tomorrow or the day before I leave for Chile. But Merry Christmas. And I wanted to do this as a Christmas present because I know that I probably won't be able to talk to you very much when I'm in Chile because I won't have data, which means I'm going to have to only use Wi-Fi, and I don't know when I'm going to have Wi-Fi or when I'll be able to talk to you. So I wanted to give you a video that you can rewatch and you can see me and you can hear my voice. So hopefully you'll enjoy this. So um, what's going to happen is I'm going to tell you a long story, and when it gets to the end of it, you're going to have a choice between 2 or 3 different options, and then from there, your story is going to be different every time you choose. So maybe 4 or 5 different times you can choose different options and listen to different stories, and hopefully it's something you'll enjoy while I'm away. So yeah, this is your Christmas present. I hope you enjoy it. So the story that I'm going to tell you is about this guy, this boy named George, and it's set in Montana just because I thought that would be a good place. It's set in colonial America, so some of that plays off of that. So I'll just start reading the story that I wrote for you. So enjoy. All right. This is a story about a young boy named George. George lived his whole life in the small town of Gardner, Montana. The town wasn't very large, as it had just been settled 12 years ago. His parents, Lucy and James, were some of the town's original settlers. His father had even been recently elected mayor of the town. After work every day, James would tell George stories at night until he fell asleep. Some of George's favorite stories were about his great-grandfather, who traveled from Maryland all the way to California on the Oregon Trail, enduring attacks from the Native Americans daily, all in search of gold and riches. Although George enjoyed life in the rugged outdoors, he also enjoyed going to the local schoolhouse to learn. Every day after school, he came home to help his mom with chores. He helped clean the house and take care of and feed the animals. Sometimes he would spend hours playing with all the animals. George was also in charge of taking care of the garden. They grew all sorts of things, including carrots, corn, leeks, garlic, potatoes, cucumbers, peppers, green beans, cabbage, beets, strawberries, onions, apples, and even pumpkins. Every day he weeded and watered the garden, bringing in the ripe fruit and vegetables to his mother to use when cooking dinner. George loved his mother's soup. On weekends, Lucy and James let George play with his friends. There were 2 other friends who were about the same age as George. George loved playing with his friends, Abby and Lucas. The 3 of them were very close, and the 3 of them became very close over the years as they went to school together. After school every day, they walked home together and oftentimes made up games along the way with sticks and rocks to pass the time. During the weekends, the 3 of them loved to explore the woods and have adventures. This cold winter day started as usual for George. After he went to school and learned many interesting things, he walked home with Abby and Lucas, and the 3 of them planned to meet at the town square in a few hours after George finished his chores. George raced home to finish his chores. He swept the house in minutes. He didn't bother to play with all the animals, but rather just fed them as fast as he could. He picked all the ripe fruits and vegetables as usual, delivered them to Lucy, grabbed a quick bite to eat, and headed right for the town square. When he got there, he found Lucas and Abby fighting. He went over to them and started talking to them. They were fighting about where they wanted to go, what they wanted to do. Shortly, both Abby and Lucas try to convince you to agree with them. Abby wants to go down to the Yellowstone River and walk along the shore, while Lucas wanted to follow an old trail and walk into the mountains. Who do you listen to? Do you listen to Abby or do you listen to Lucas?